the Biden administration has, quote, run out of money and cannot ensure every American can get a second jab. So there was money that was put into the recent spending package that was stripped out at the last minute. There was some kerfuffle with House Democrats. And so as a result, their ability to fund these fourth shots is kind of gone.
You could not convince me. I don't know what you think about this, Kim. You could not convince me there isn't enough money. How was the rest of the money misspent? The gazillions of COVID-related dollars. The government says, no, we just don't have the money. Come on.
They could certainly start to maybe siphon some of the profits off from these companies that made a fortune off of human misery. I mean, that's one idea.
They could do that, and they could also call it a national security situation and take it from the Pentagon and just go have the Pentagon, buy the fourth doses.
Well, White House aides have apparently been on Capitol Hill asking members of Congress for a $22.5 billion cash infusion to the administration's pandemic assistance coffers. Biden, however, does not want to see other social spending cut in order to pay for it, something members of the GOP say is necessary to get their sign-off.
Well, also, we've got some really ardent supporters of COVID lockdowns. If you remember Dr. Lena Wen, she's even saying, well, maybe we should just kind of let up a bit now that we've got this new BA2 subvariant coming around. She tweeted out, look at this. For those who don't agree that the vaccinated can return to pre-pandemic normal, I ask, what should we all do? Perpetual masking, forever not dining out, avoiding large weddings and indoor gatherings? Virtually everything has risk, and zero COVID is not a viable strategy. My gosh, this woman, I swear, I
you agree
cannot
with all
even.
That, right?
No, I agree with that, but she was one of the worst. Yes. She was the one that was
her character arc.
But better to flip-flop and flip the right way. We should reward our enemy. Yes, all praise Dr. Wen. I reward the enemy when they start sounding like you. Shame people who move away from your position. It's why she's going really hard at that. I saw her responding to some person who was like, no, what about the immunocompromised? What about the elderly? N95s forever. And her just being like, no. Which is great.
And I've seen Democrats attacking her on Twitter. They were blaming her for the COVID money not going through, saying, see, because you undermined the public's concern about the pandemic. As a result, now Democrats took this money out.
Do you think Dr. Wen was murdered and replaced by a clone? Or did she get Avril Lavigne or something? There's a conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne was replaced.
Aliens have come down and they have invaded her body.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Right.
It's an interesting question. I mean, she says that she was right then and is right now.
I think she saw some. One gets the feeling there are these behind closed door meetings between members of Team Blue, and they all got these, polling results at the same time where they go, wow, we're going to lose everywhere if we cling this fervently to masking toddlers and lockdowns, et cetera, and then they all changed course.
Right, and who has credibility among Team Blue? And she's highest among them.
Yes.
And so get her out there, get the Atlantic out there, get that kind of network get NPR out there.
Speaking
what I don't understand, though. Oh, go
ahead.
Well, what I don't understand is, so they're continuing to push this fourth dose. They want money for the fourth dose. But the reason why these companies even did mRNAs to begin with was because they said, oh, this is so, this is a groundbreaking technology that we'd be able to, as soon as we have a sequence, we could then sequence it for whatever virus almost overnight. Yet we don't have a shot for the actual variant that's spreading around. And we know that, especially now with this new variant, the vaccine that's currently out there doesn't stop the spread at all with that thing. So it really didn't even stop it with Omicron. So what is why are they not at least trying to get a new vaccine out quickly like they do with the flu every year? Seems like that would be the new norm going forward, is that they would manufacture a new vaccine for the new variant, and then people could go and decide if they want to go get that shot or not. Why are they not doing that? And then the government just clearly just has moved on from one crisis to the next. So they're kind of like, okay, we've moved on to a different one.
They keep saying that they keep saying they're going to do that, but then they don't. It's an interesting, weird situation. It's like, why do an alpha vaccine at this point when you're like 5 variations away from it?
Right.
Like, do the one that tweak it, and I guess they'd have I don't know. They have to go through a whole approval process. There's some question whether or not they can rush that, because if it's just a tweak, the way they rush it for the flu vaccine, they don't require like a 3-year approval process for every flu vaccine. Like every season, they just tweak it. And apparently,
don't they tweak it between one? I don't know. I could be totally wrong. My understanding is that there's basically 2 that they alternate.
Oh, that they switch back and forth.
That's my understanding of the flu vaccine. So I think they already have them, and they just go, this year they go with this one, and this year they go with this one to try to guess.
I don't know.
And I mean, you see how well it works, right? It works sort of. It doesn't.
They kind of blew it this year, I heard. Yeah.
Maybe they. Yeah. Well, the flu itself, has been so far was actually crushed by our mitigation efforts, which were not at all. They did not work to contain the spread of COVID entirely. They did discuss how much of effect they had, but they were totally enough to just nuke the flu, which shows you how much more contagious COVID, even in the alpha strain, and especially now, is than flu. It's so much more contagious.
Although they're not 100% certain about that, and one other theory on that is that the flu was that the coronavirus outcompeted the flu. So a person is going to get in, like if your body is confronted with 2 different viruses, there's a stronger virus that's going to get you, so the other one just kind of can't really infect anyone. So it's just,
that COVID created some immunity for.
No, I think she's saying that COVID, like you're being attacked by 2 things at the same time, and COVID
knifes the other.
Stronger. Yeah, it's like which one got to the finish line first. It's like COVID got into your system before the flu could get into your system, and so it kind of outcompeted COVID. So that is one theory as well.
Or everyone who was capable of succumbing to the flu, they would have succumbed to COVID more rapidly, maybe.
So there's also that,
possible.
So, yeah.
Well, meanwhile, across the Atlantic, there's an Italian study on mitigating the spread of COVID in schools that found the efficient ventilation systems can cut transmission actually by over 80%. The research was conducted in over 10,000 Italian schools between September 2021 and January of this year. So obviously I'd have to look at that study more closely, because that seems pretty high.
What's really frustrating about this is that China, when the virus first came around, and here in the West, they were like, go inside, lock down. And here in California, they were like, don't go to the beach. They were putting sand in the skate park so kids wouldn't go outside and skateboard. So in China, they focused on ventilation. I mean, they said to all of the buildings, open up the windows, make sure that the ventilation is not circulating, but instead coming from the outside. Air coming in from outside the entire time. I mean, they just, for all of their big buildings, they focused on ventilation. So maybe there's something to it, because they didn't get that much of the virus.
No, yeah, I think there's something to it for sure. That the better ventilation, and that's what they were saying with schools. Like if you're going to reopen the schools, like get better ventilation going. They basically failed for the most part to do that. But we know that being outdoors is helps prevent the spread of it.
That one is, and that has held up.
If you can recreate the outdoor environment indoors, and it would also probably be healthier. So that's one of those mitigation strategies that's generally healthier as well, unless you're sucking in a lot of poisonous polluted air in like Detroit.
I know we saw
house.
A lot of images of China locking people in with padlocks, which was very bizarre. But I will say, if you look at how they did combat it in that very beginning, they literally focused on ventilation. That was their number one. They were like, ventilate, ventilate, ventilate. Yeah. So why did we not do that? Why we're still not really talking about it. Just now we're reading the news. Oh, hey, ventilation.
We had
cuts it down.
We sent the Grim Reaper to the beach to keep people shut up.
Oh
in their
my
homes.
Gosh.
Ventilation is good.
Yeah. Tomorrow on Rising, Kim will be out, but Ryan and I will be back with another great show, and fan favorite Emily Jashinsky will help us sort through some of the news of the day. You won't want to miss that.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen on the go, we're now available anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, it's Ryan's birthday.
We have a video for you, Ryan.
We did not forget Ryan yet. Look at this video we've got for you.
In honor of today, Rusty and I are going to finally check out fish. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Just want to wish you a happy birthday and many, many more. Have a good one.
Hey there, I just want to wish a very happy birthday to the most knowledgeable, psychedelic, bike riding host that I know. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Good morning, Ryan. I just wanted to wish you a fish is coming back on.
Ryan, It's your birthday, I understand. Wow, dude. Hey, I hope you have a happy birthday and many, many more. And much success to you.
Hey, Ryan. I hope you have a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ryan. So how old are you, Ryan?
I am 44 years young.
Thought you were going to say
22.
76.
22,
In spirit.
22.
In spirit, I'm 76.
He feels 76 today because he forgot his glasses and cannot see and we have moved this.
I'm being told
screen.
Kim is here, but I have no evidence.
Yeah, but you can't see me. Yeah. You can just hear my voice. But just so everybody knows, that was the everybody that works on Rising, at least most everybody. I don't know if we got everybody in that video, but that was the behind the scenes glimpse of the crew that makes the magic happen. So producers, camera, directors, all of those great people that make this show the amazing show that it is.
And no Reggie
that
this week. No Reggie this week, who's out on his daughter's getting married. Congratulations to her and to him.
Yes.
But that was very sweet of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. It is great. I watched. My wife wanted to see the clip of us all fighting yesterday for Kim's radar, so I put it up. I actually put it on the TV, like YouTube, but on the actual TV, which I usually just kind of watch it on my screen. I'm like, this looks pretty good on the television. So we have thanks to our wonderful staff for making us look.
They have their work cut out for them.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. All right.
You have to sing it, Robbie. No, you have to sing Happy Birthday before we go.
Do I? More Rising after this. Bye.
Cut.